welcome to the Unfiltered Gamer live stream. I'm Callie, and with me tonight will be Michael in just a minute as we play Body of Evidence Best Served Cold by Mysterious Package Games. And this is one of those types of games where you are acting as a detective, so it could be solo or multiple players. Getting evidence and case files in order to solve the case. And so we won't be playing the whole game. We will be giving a preview of the game to leave some of it left for you to discover and solve the entire mystery yourself.
Yeah, that, and it's also 2 to 3 hours plus.
Yes, that. We don't want to be playing.
2 out of 3 difficulty. Yeah, this is kind of like one of those mystery style games where we'll go through it and attempt to, solve certain things.
And it is broken up, it looks like, so you can play it in segments if you don't want to play the whole 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it looks like there are 3 files to the game. We'll try and go through number 1. And then, of course, we're going to have our notepad, which we'll be using for our investigative procedures. It's going to come with an evidence card, a body bag, an actual board to the game, which is kind of a body that we'll be autopsying, this badge here, and, of course, the introduction to the game. We'll try and solve it as we can. We'll show you the top down so that you guys can see what the game looks like and how it plays. Yep. I think that's pretty much it. That's what we'll do tonight. Yep. We'll just go ahead and go through it.
Dig in, and typical with these games, there's not really a rule book. There's sometimes some setup instructions, and then you just go into the puzzles.
Yep. All right. Let me go ahead and do the top down so you guys can see what it looks like.
Okay. I'll turn this back around for everyone. All right. Here we have our case files right here, which we'll be using. We have also a little introduction booklet here. It's got a memo and something that says instructions. Our notepad, our badge, and the evidence cards here. And then this is the body bag, which has a board of some sort in it. All right.
So we'll start by reading the instructions.
Yep, right here. You want to read the memo?
Sure. Okay, so it first starts off with the case, which is Christian Leclerc, and its department is homicide. Attention, case number, name, welcome back detective, another day in Thornhill, another soul on ice. As you've no doubt heard, on the afternoon of March 16th, local celebrity, chef Christian Leclerc, was found dead in the walk-in refrigeration unit of La Palme restaurant. Certainly not a great start to anybody's week. Okay. The initial investigation deemed the mishap accidental, a wet floor in a high-pressure environment, not too far of a reach. However, Leclerc Sr. has gone to the press, and it sounds like he's gearing up for a formal complaint. Before we close this one, I want a second opinion. I get the sense he's onto something, so this one's yours. As usual, Leclerc's case is being processed across 3 files. In time, you'll have to access all 3, but for now, I'll need you to start at the beginning. I'm sure you'll understand and get caught up in no time. Speaking of procedure, I hate to be a stickler, but as always, I'm obliged to remind you of protocol. If you could, take a moment to refresh your memory before diving in. Paperwork, am I right? Thanks again for your assistance. Leclerc is in safe hands. Regards, Suvinson Clifford, Commissioner of the Thornhill Police Department.
All right.
Go ahead and remove this.
So we've got Chef Christian Leclerc, accident, ? And the date was March 16th.
I feel it was an accident.
No.
We're going to determine that this is the game. This is the one where it actually is just an accident. You think it's not going to be, but it is.
I think there would have to be quite a lot of story there for us to come up with that ruling.
And we'll move all this extra stuff aside.
Okay, all of our case files.
All right, here we go. This is the
instructions. Body of
doodle doodle. Wow, look at that. There's some feet.
Uh-oh. Okay, we've got...
And a toe tag. Does this thing like...
Yeah, I think it's supposed to come up like that. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Well, okay.
Very three-dimensional here.
So what do we have? It says, before you begin, as an investigator, your goal is simple. Determine how the victim died, and if applicable, who killed them and how and why.
Okay.
How did they die? Who killed them? How did they kill them and why? At the close of your investigation, and once you're sure of your findings, you can submit your final report and check your conclusions in the final marked case closed. Conducting an investigation. Should you determine the victim's death to be suspicious, you'll likely find the culprit among the 6 people of interest you have on file. First, of course, you should review the evidence gathered during the preliminary investigation. This includes witnesses, statements, interviews, photographs, and physical evidence. The evidence presented in this case is contained within these 3 files. You should begin by exploring number 1 first. Feel free to explore its contents in any order. Once you've successfully answered the investigative question at the end of a file, you can proceed to the next one.
That's similar to other games like this. Yeah.
2 evidence cards, which you will find in the box, are required to correctly answer each question and gain access to subsequent files.
Okay.
These guys
So
here.
we're looking for 2 specific evidence cards that will help us solve one component of the case.
Yeah, it's up to you to identify the right combinations. For more information on evidence cards, you can consult the coroner's handbook. Once you have read the above, you can be an opening file. Okay. The victim's remains are waiting for you in the morgue. The coroner's handbook, which you will find inside file 1, contains helpful information about each stage of your investigation. Throughout the case, collect and use the 3 stages of the coroner's handbook to perform a complete analysis of the body. The coroner's office strongly advises against jumping ahead in the autopsy. Start with 1 and allow each file to guide you.
Okay.
Make sure to consider the autopsy results throughout your investigation, particularly as you examine the supporting evidence within the 3 files. It's a good idea to keep tabs on your findings as you build up an impression on the first case. Create a timeline. Your timeline of events, find the solution inside. I'll go ahead and make these feet go back in.
Wait, is there anything on them? On that tag there?
I mean, it just says property of TPD coroner's office. Oh, here.
Ah.
I guess that's important. It's his name. Don't know how he died. Place of death was Law.
That's the restaurant, right?
Promesse.
Promise. Something like that.
And he
the
died
rest
on
is-
March 16th.
Yeah, that's important for the timeline.
Comments is best served cold. Interesting comment. Number
That's
666.
the name of this
I know.
series. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Instructions. We'll move you aside.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just going to need. So we're finished with all that. That's
Now
good.
we
We've already
open-
finished like almost a fourth of it.
No, we open file 1. This is the
This is the one
beginning
here.
of the 3rd. Yes. So this should have some coroner's instructions for us, handbook as well,
So,
and a bunch of other stuff. All
so we're gonna
right.
get a journal. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah. Okay, we've already got. things on
Oh,
here.
here's the coroner's handbook.
Okay. Yes, I think that'll be important,
And we can leave that.
and probably we want to read that memo first.
Okay. All right, detective, you're officially on the case. Let's kick off the familiarizing yourself with the victim. This file contains the lion's share of the evidence and reporting on Christian Leclerc gathered during the initial investigation. Start to build a picture of the man and circumstances around his death. With stage 1 of the coroner's handbook, you can begin an autopsy with a visual inspection of the victim's body. As you'll recall, the initial assertion was that Leclerc's demise was accidental. Performing your first inspection will see if that theory holds water. You may find evidence to the contrary. There's work to be done, so ensure you've completed the first stage of your examination and can answer question 1 before opening the second file. We're glad for the help, Detective Susan Clifford. I do have this little booklet here. Oh, it's interesting. So we have a visual inspection. When you're ready to perform an external visual examination of the body, proceed to opening the protective body bag. Take care not to disturb potential evidence when removing the corpse. For record-keeping purposes, use the chart below to map observational damage or demarcation on victim's body. You can observe cuts, lacerations, bruising, scalps, abrasions, punctures, penetration marks, etc., etc., broken bones. Weird things stuck in weird orifices. Autopsy stage 1. Locate and analyze if any instances of cuts, scratches, and lacerations. Does the injury feature a double parallel break in the skin? If so, consult the reference chart to ascribe a likely candidate for affliction. Identify a potential candidate may have implications on your case. Consider your findings as you continue your investigations.
So it could tell us something about the suspect.
Oh, and that's just, so this is stage 2 and 3. So we only need stage 1, basically.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at cuts and scratches. on the body, looks like.
Okay, so we can set this aside for now.
Yeah.
But we will need to come back to this when we take a look at the body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
what do
then
we...
got, here's the file. Oh, file contents. Okay. That tells us pretty much everything we've got here then. We've got the emergency services call transcript, so the 911 call that came in.
Hey, Serge, nice to see you.
Looks like, yeah, on March 16th, it has the dispatch officer and agency name. Oh, okay, PD. Okay. So this is kind of a timeline of the transcript of the 911 call. Yep, and then down here is a photo of when they found the body, it looks like. Because this looks like the walk-in refrigerator. Okay, what do you want to look at first?
I don't know. Here's a little picture of the chef.
Yep.
I don't think there's not a whole lot here. There, this is the way it looks like. This guy here.
Yep. He's wearing the chef coat.
I guess we can go through this. This looks like a lot of information.
Okay. Oh, here's a newspaper. Okay.
Thornhill PD emergency. This is the agency. It's the emergency. Dispatch officer was Katie Reagan. March 16th.
Yeah.
So that was the date of the death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bill Gibb, ID 0606. Dispatch. Thornhill Emergency Services. What's your emergency? Female voice. I think I'm going to be sick. Stay calm, ma'am. What's your emergency?
You want me to read the female voice? Right.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, sure. Ma'am?
It's Chef. It's Chef. I think he's dead. I just walked in. He's in the fridge. He's covered in blood. I don't think he's moving. Please help.
Okay, ma'am. Please confirm your address. We're sending an ambulance. Ma'am, is there anyone with you?
Yes, everyone's here. Wait, where's Sam?
Male voice. Lottie, can you give me the phone? It's okay. Lottie, hello? Hello, who am I speaking with? Hello, it's Hiroshita here. There's been some kind of accident at La Pramaise. Is someone injured? Yeah, Christian. There's a lot of blood. You guys gotta send an ambulance. We need some help here. Ambulance care was dispatched at 15:37:58. So that is 3:37, almost 3:38. Does it tell you what AM or PM? Oh, 15.
Well, 15
that would
means
be
PM.
Yeah, that'd be PM.
Yeah. We know Sam is missing at this time, 36.
And then the male asked for the phone right after she said that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Dispatch. Don't worry, sir. They're on their way. It's important for you to stay on the line. Can you tell me what happened? Male voice. Much background noise. No, we just got here. I think Lottie found him. I don't know. But it looks like he's bleeding from the head. What do you want me to do? Just stay on the line, sir. The ambulance will be on their way in any minute. Are you with Christian now? That's all it says. Oh, there's more. Continued. To be continued. Male voice. Yes, we're here. But I mean, he's totally unresponsive. You understand? Okay, I'm going to need you to check his breathing, Mr. Hiroshita. Laura's here. She's trying to give him CPR. Who's Laura? His wife. She's really trying. I think you should hurry. Okay, can you ask Laura to check his pulse? Sir, are you still there? Hold on. Laura? Loud beeping commences. Female voice.
Will somebody please... the alarm.
Are you still there? Yes. I didn't catch that. Can you please repeat? I've got it. Don't worry.
Thank you, Fab.
Sir, what's the situation? Can you tell me what's going on? First responders are almost there. Sorry, yes, that was the door alarm. I couldn't shut it off. Sorry, I'm here. Okay, I'm going to need you to go to Christian and help Laura take over if she gets tired. Can you do that for me? Yes, of course. I'll have to put the phone down, though. That's okay. Try to continue CPR until the paramedics arrive. Can you do that for me? You and Laura? Yeah, for sure. Lottie, can you take the phone? Incident call was concluded. Police unit was dispatched. So it was 15:42 when the incident was concluded. And police was dispatched like 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
So the initial intradepartmental call placed to the coroner's office was at 15:56, and it ended at 15:58, meaning he was dead by the time they got there.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even know if he actually was alive when they were during this whole
call.
Yeah, that was
it
such
sounds like maybe not.
So time of call was 15:35, and they got there. They got there
really quickly.
Yeah, they got there within
a few minutes.
So it was 35 to 44 when the police was dispatched, and from 44 to 56 they called the coroner's office.
They got there,
So
they
just a
found the
couple
body,
minutes.
they proclaimed him dead, and then called the coroner's office.
Okay, and then Susan Clifford is the one that has told us about all this.
Okay, she's the dispatcher.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have. Here's a piece of parchment, or like a piece of newspaper. It's kind of cut out by one of those funny scissors when we were kids. Okay, LeClaire's Last Meal by Trevor Nolan. Trevor Nolan? He's a good producer. Mm-hmm. Thornhill's culinary scene was rocked yesterday when, on the eve of its grand opening, tragedy struck fine dining powerhouse La Promesse. Though the details remained fuzzy, it appears renowned head chef Christian Leclerc met with some kind of freak accident and was declared dead at the scene. The visionary chef, beloved by the critics and patrons alike, was known for his 5-star hospitality at the table and boundless innovation in the kitchen. Though authorities appear to be treating it as an open and shut case, the specific circumstances surrounding the incident are still unclear. Fueling speculation that conditions inside the renovated establishment may have played a role in the tragedy. In fact, some loyal patrons have expressed concern that the ambitious renovation efforts of the owner and proprietor, Samira Ossoline, Samira, Ossoline, it's basically the word the donkey plus Ouline, could have transformed the historic eatery into a death trap. As Thornhill awaits anxiously for answers, the mystery continues to simmer. Henry Leclerc, a once prominent figure in the restaurant scene himself, is now a father in mourning. Talking exclusively to the Gazette, he makes the shocking accusation that there might be something rotten in the kitchen. Even a cursory glance at the report on the case would give anyone the impression this dreadful business is being treated as a mishap. Open and shut, as the saying goes. Never could I have imagined that the investigation would draw to a close so swiftly. Was Christian's death a tragedy that robbed us of a visionary? Most certainly. Was it an accident? Come on. Mr. Leclerc could not or would not elaborate on his suspicions except to theorize on a controversial perception of his late son's character, stating, I know my son could be a difficult man, a man not without flaws, but his focus drove him to the very top. It's sure no secret that many of those in the wake have grown resentful over the years, envious, vindictive, even to be frank. I worried he had pushed someone too far, and that they may have pushed back. I don't know if my boy was a good person. That's not for me to say. I just want the facts to speak for themselves.
I'm writing, motive could be jealousy.
In the meantime, tributes have begun to pour in from the fellow chefs, critics, and devoted fans, all mourning the loss of Leclerc's gastronomic wizardry. He is survived by his wife Laura, who worked alongside Christian at La Promesse's kitchen. Mm-hmm. Friends have described their enduring partnership as loving, wholesome, and inspirational. The void left by the absence will no doubt be felt by all those who worked and dined with him, while La Promesse remains closed as the investigation concludes. Miss Ossoline has assured the community in a brief statement that her team intends to keep their promise. When the time is right and our hearts have healed, La Promesse will honor Christian by fulfilling ours. Chef Leclerc can't simply be replaced, but our family will rise to the challenge, and it will be our pleasure to serve once again. Okay. So I was just kind of talking about what the father kind of thought about it. All about it is just kind of bulk information otherwise.
Well, we have possibly the motive of jealousy.
Yeah. Commuter chaos on the 406. Traffic report. Accident disrupts morning commute. Were you late to work yesterday morning? You weren't alone. Total gridlock in downtown Thornhill threw the morning commute into disarray. After a serious accident brought traffic to a standstill, the incident, which occurred at the intersection between 404 and 406, was described by eyewitnesses as involving a delivery truck and a bus. It left significant debris across the highway, reducing the flow of traffic to a single lane at the height of rush hour. Both drivers were injured but are reported to be in stable condition. A spokesperson from the mayor's office offered a sympathetic ear and reminded drivers to exercise patience, while praising the vigilance of Thornhill's emergency responders. Yesterday's collision is a stark reminder of an importance on road safety and the need to maintain our highways. Motorists are urged to stay updated with the latest traffic information and plan their journeys accordingly to avoid avoid unnecessary delays, stay safe out there. So what is it saying? It's basically just saying that...
Well, this is the next day, right? The 17th? We don't have a date because it's the bottom of the newspaper. It was likely the 17th, so there's some sort of accident on the morning commute there.
Yeah, and then it's just got a private investigator.
Or, no, it says yesterday. So it could have been on the 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's an ad for a private investigator there, too. Okay. You never know what might be useful there. Okay. Then we've got the Thornhill Police Department. This is a file on... This is the victim information form. And we have the photo there that goes with it. So the active case. We got Detective Gibb was the responding officer. The home address, driver's license, married, date of birth, 43 years of age, height 6'2", weight 230 pounds, hair color none, maybe bald, right? Is that what the photo
He was
shows?
bald,
Yeah. Eye color blue, shoe size 12, dominant hand right, distinguishing marks none, no military experience, no gun ownership, no outstanding warrants. No combat experience, no prior arrest, not under investigation. Got the employer information here, the address, the duration, 9 years. He was head chef. His vehicle, got some information about that, sedan. And then the incident call received, approximately 15:35. Yeah.
Does it say what type of vehicle was? A delivery truck
traffic?
and a bus.
Okay, no, so it wasn't in his car. Remains have been submitted for autopsy. And then the next of kin, Laura, we know was his wife. And note, reporting officer's statement overleaf as per departmental procedure. Oh, okay, here we got the officer statement here. So this is going to be their story of what they found.
Christian Leclerc, 43, pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics. Victim's body was found in the walk-in refrigeration unit at his place of work, La Prame restaurant. The body displays an absence of early decomposition consistent with the low temperature of the refrigerated environment. Low temperature of the fridge is unremarkable and consistent with its intended purpose of preserving perishable goods. The deceased was found face up on the floor of the walk-in fridge amidst storage containers of fresh produce and perishable ingredients. Adjacent to the victim, at a distance of approximately 4 feet, was caution signage indicating a wet floor. The sign appeared to be deployed appropriately and was adequately visible inside the room. Responding units were unable to adjudicate the condition of the fridge floor at time of arrival. Victim is dressed in a white chef's uniform bearing embroidered La Prame insignia. Victim appears to have suffered a severe injury to the back of the head, possibly consistent with a fall and or impact with a hard surface. Information provided by an employer on file suggests the immediate location has been recently cleaned and possibly slippery. The presence of pooled blood on the floor around the victim's head indicated he remains motionless after coming to the rest in the position he was discovered. Additionally, victim's wife, who was also a member of the staff, reports having performed CPR starting at the time that the emergency call was being placed until the arrival of the responding personnel. 4 additional staff members were present and have provided statements. A 5th individual, proprietor of the establishment, arrived after responders and has also provided a statement. Victim's personal effects record. Additional physical evidence recovered from the scene will be released upon conclusion of the investigation. It's a homicide unit. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't know how much information that gives us.
Yeah. Well, we know there are 4 people. We know some of them from they were on the phone. Got Lottie, Laura, Hiroshita, and possibly...
Hiroshita? Yeah.
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 And possibly Fab. Might be a different person.
So the coat is heavily bloodstained across the back from the collar down to the small of the back. Traces of blood on the inside of the right sleeve. All DNA traces match to the victim. No forensic foreign donors. DNA present. So it's just his
Just
DNA
his
on his
blood.
His undershirt heavily blood stained across the back, consistent with the staining on the outer coat. All DNA traces match the victims. No foreign donors. DNA present. His pants, Gavi brand, size 36 waist, minor transfer of blood during transfer of body by coroner's office, no extraneous distress. Black leather belt, chrome buckle, undergarments, 2 socks, and a pair of boxer briefs. Men's size 12 shoes. Rolex depth 2.0 gold dial watch, no extraneous distress. Looks like he just fell. That's what it's saying.
That's what, yeah, it seems like on all this.
Yeah, cigarette packet. Partially empty carton of cigarettes, Liberty brand. 7 matches inside of a matchbook.
Mm-hmm.
Photograph fragment. Incomplete image appears to contain a section of a motor vehicle.
Oh, ho, ho. And there's a part of the license plate on here as well. Okay, so... WB5. The license plate there. And then the matches to have the name of a restaurant. Azure Restaurant and Bar. Think carefully, Christian. Oh, that's interesting. A rival restaurant maybe trying to poach Christian into working for them instead.
Possibly.
That could be a possibility there.
Is there anything else in the back here? Nope.
No, that's
It's just a picture of what's there.
what he had on him. Yeah, he has his watch there too.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is the refrigerator.
It's a picture of where he was inside of the refrigeration unit.
Uh-huh.
No fire extinguisher.
Oh, it's missing there. Looks like there's a shadow of it though.
It's probably just to inform us that that's where it should be.
That's what it's supposed to be, yeah. And then, look, it looks like he was facing the door, actually. When he fell, he fell backwards.
Yeah, that's weird. Like somebody came from behind him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was already in there.
Already in there, maybe.
And we bonked him with...
the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that seems pretty... The problem is, none of this tells us...
No, we gotta look at the body next, I think. This could be our possible weapon, fire extinguisher.
There's a lot of information here.
Yeah.
I think the call is very important.
As far as who was there when. For the timeline.
We don't need these at all.
Nope.
So we just...
Let's go.
So...
Open up the body bag.
Just as an FYI, you can put this over there since we might need that. As an FYI, the game Body of Evidence Best Served Cold. Sadly, the production for this bag was supposed to be a little bit bigger to fit this board in here. But to save on time, they just kind of left it like this so that we would make sure that the backers got it on time. But because of that, it has...
It's slightly small, yeah.
Smaller, yeah. But you don't really need the bag anyway. Okay. So what the heck is this? Oh, this is like
this is the whole body here we have that we can look at.
Is there? Oh, there's the back of him too.
Ah. Okay, now we'll need the little handbook to
This little here.
yeah. Okay. So we're looking for cuts and lacerations. Okay, he does have cuts on his right arm. And we know he's right-handed. So those would not have been self-inflicted. Oh, they can't see that part. Make it this way.
Oh, yeah. That's right
Can't
here.
see the cut.
And you would look and see what type of cut it is, and that would probably be this one here.
Okay, pull that over here. Yeah, or up. Yeah. Okay.
It's this one here, 80 to 110 pounds.
2 lacerations on the right arm. Yeah, and that he's heavier than that. He's 230. So it definitely wasn't him. 100-pound suspect. Okay. You can see he's got a little tan where the watch is. Got a bruise on his left eye.
You can look at the back of him too.
Yeah, let's look at the back.
Huh.
Okay, now I can see the, oh, you want to turn it or flip it around?
Wait, we just need to bring it up here.
Okay, there we go, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
So he's just got a big old head wound on the back of his head there.
Yeah, there's nothing about that,
That would be 111 to 140 pounds based on this little chart here. You can look at.
Head laceration.
Right, that was what it looks like, right?
Looks more squiggly, yeah. But they said it was like a blunt object one, so it might not be a cut, really.
I don't see anything else of relevance, though. Is there a question that was supposed to be asked?
So, in order for this to get through this file, we have to produce 2 evidence cards that will lead us further into the story. That explains the evidence cards there.
First, read the memo. Yes. At its conclusion, you'll be presented with an investigative question.
Oh, so the memo should have the question on the inside of that one.
Here it is.
Oh, there's a question. Oh,
Okay,
down
before
there.
you open file 2, use the available evidence to answer the following question. Which 2 evidence cards reveal details about Leclerc's possible assailants? Or assailant.
Or assailant.
To check your deduction, you should draw the relevant evidence cards. 2 cards that connect your investigative threads are correct. Those that don't are not. Consult the coroner's handbook for more information. So, possible assailant. So we have those cards over there.
Yes, so I'm pretty sure one of them is going to be the fire extinguisher. But what would the other one be?
Well, the book talks about the laceration, though, right? What does that mean? Is it the assailant's weight?
Yes. So based on how strong they are is how they would be able to cut. So a person who weighs in that range would be able to make this type of cut. So we're looking for someone 80 to 110 pounds.
Do we have
Which
any?
is pretty light.
Do we have any information about?
Other people's weight? No, we just have the weight of the chef, which is 230.
Do we need to look at the cards now then?
I guess we can. Select up to 2.
Details about his possible assailant. Not for browsing.
Yeah, so we have to just specifically know what cards when if we're ready to answer, we should go into here.
I see. Well, we know, but it's about his assailant, not the weapon, right?
Well, the assailant has to have access to that. We have the 4 people who were with them.
The owner, right?
And the owner is, yep.
She showed up a little after, though.
Yes. Which is suspicious. We have the Lottie on the phone, on the transcript says, "Where's Sam?" Oh, that's the owner, Samira. Okay.
Because she wasn't there, right? She showed
Which
up a little
sounds like
later.
it was unusual, yeah.
Yeah, I see all this information, but
Then we had the picture of
and
the
Laura,
license plate.
his wife, she's on the call. What's her name? Lottie's on the call,
Lottie's on the call first.
and
yeah.
Laura's with
Trying to get
Christian.
CPR. Yeah.
Hiroshita shows up and starts
takes over the
talking,
call.
and they don't know where Samira is.
Yeah. And it sounds like there's a fourth person, Fab, that's mentioned somewhere. I wrote down that name. Thank you, Fab. Okay. And those would be the 4 people mentioned in the
Do we know anything about
police
Fab?
report. No, it's another male voice. It said, I think that'll be in file too, with their statements. We didn't get all of the coworker statements.
Do we care about the back of his head? Because it seemed like they had 2 different lacerations.
I was saying that one could be the blunt force of the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it's a bit heavier.
Or if it was the accident, the floor.
Yeah, this one's a bit heavier. So whoever hit him in the back of the head was heavier. More force, a heavier person, and then the person that scratched him on the arm is got.
Well, no, this is just for double lines, lacerations.
Like this, right?
Yeah. The back of the head is a single line, though, so I don't think we're supposed to use the
Oh,
chart for
it is.
Yeah. And is there a back to that paper?
Yeah, it is a single line. Is there a back to it? Oh, there is.
Okay.
Locate and analyze
Bruising.
if any instances of bruising, contusions, or abrasions. Does the injury feature on the front of the face or head? Well, that's obvious.
Yep.
It's on his head. Consult the chart. Ascribe a likely candidate for infliction. The forward-facing bruise or contusion suggests the victim was facing the cause of the injury. This may be indicative of an accidental collision, for example, an object with the environment, a physical altercation in which a blow was received, defensive action taken by the victim, such as repelling an assailant. Consult the reference chart below to ascribe a likely candidate for infliction. Identifying a potential candidate may have implications on your case. Consider your findings as you continue your investigation.
We gotta look at the coloring of the bruise to determine the rating of injury. Okay. Yeah, that looks like it's right. Definitely not 2, maybe 3. Move it over to 4. 4. Not 5. You're closer. What do you think? 3 or 4?
It's probably this one.
Okay.
And this is 3 is 5'7" to 6 feet tall.
Oh, that's a pretty wide range. Okay. So we've got
Somebody who's roughly 5'7" to 6 feet.
but only 80 to 110 pounds. Seems more like a woman, possibly.
What other information is there to gain?
Well, we think he was probably
He was facing the door, right?
Yeah, he's facing the door when he fell, but the bruise could have happened earlier. But there's nothing here to suggest he ran into the door or something. Like, there's nothing that could bruise him that height there. So, yeah, it was an assailant, we think.
And there's nothing here. I don't think we have any more information, do we?
Oh, yeah. I think
Is there
that's
any
it.
more?
I think we gotta go into the cards now.
Okay, you can do it.
Okay.
You're gonna do it better than I will.
So we're looking for things about the assailant. Time. I'm not sure which one of these. Oh, okay. I guess we should go on this side. Oh, okay. Time elapsed. There's a bunch of cards about time elapsed. Cause of death. There's a bunch of skull damage options. Fracture profiles.
Height.
Oh, here we go. Height of assailant. Yes, that's what we determined. 5'7" to 6'0". And then weight of assailant. We got that as well. 80 to 110. There we go.
And then we reveal them, right?
Yep. Okay. Do they need to match or something? How will we know we're correct?
Let's see. When you think you juice it, locate the cards. Turning them over and placing them side by side on the table, the card will confirm if you're correct. If the red threads displayed on each card connect to the next. So they don't connect.
No, so we're wrong.
We're wrong on probably the height.
One of them.
It's probably the color. That'd
The
be
color?
my guess.
Yeah, go back to the color then.
You think you think the person's 6'1" to 6'6"?
No.
It's
They've
probably
got to be shorter,
It's
yeah.
probably 5'1" to 5'6" then.
Okay. Put this one back.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
There we go. Yeah.
I see.
Okay, that makes sense. So
And this
there's
will
two things for each
and
one.
this will allow us to lead into the next case file. But we're going to retain all this evidence that we're going to use.
Yeah, but it looks like we'll be able to build on this.
Yeah. I mean, we probably should stop here. We don't want to.
Yeah, we
give
don't want to
too
spoil
much.
too much.
But that's cool. I like that. I mean, it's interesting that I'm guessing that the later in the game is where everything starts connecting. Because right now, you technically could have just opened this up and looked at this chart here.
And figured, yeah. Yeah,
So-
but we've gone through everything, yeah.
So I'm guessing that all this other stuff plays a role
Oh,
as you progress into the next 2
we
stages.
gotta build the timeline, all of that.
And you'll have to figure out how Christian perished in the meat locker with the fire extinguisher. I'm already
What do
guessing
you
it's
think?
blunt force
Yeah.
trauma. So this is gonna be a lot. This whole game is very similar to like a investigation game, but it's interesting because you have the body
Like
itself.
the body
which-
is big.
Yeah, there's actually like little, I don't know if you guys can see it here on the camera, but there's little cuts here that you can open up to see like an autopsy of actually the body.
There's probably going to be an autopsy in the next file where we will open that up to see exactly what the coroner
It's
found.
covering his hee-haw
Yeah.
and his bow tie. And there's another one right here
the
too that
back
you
of the
can open
skull.
up.
We're going to
So
be able to learn more information.
you can kind of like do a little investigative research here. Oh yeah, this is a cool little mystery type game. I like how I feel like it's going to unfold with all the pieces. But right now I'm nervous. So when I do my review, I'll see like because I'm guessing you have to need all this extra. It's almost apparent that you need all the rest of the body of evidence.
Yes.
But
And
yeah.
then so sometimes in some of these games you have to like find the right keyword and put it into a website. So I do like that you
This
don't
one
need
is
technology.
there's
for
no
this
tech
one.
in this one. Yeah, this is
The
all
cards are how you're
straight,
going to check your answers.
which is kind of cool. I mean, we kind of goofed on just the color of
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
thing.
should have leaned in more there to see the glare. Yeah.
It's hard to see. Let me go ahead and take it to the top up.
Okay. Got our badge here to show we're working on the case.
We're official detectives.
Yeah.
Couch
Notebook.
detectives.
Couch detectives, yes. That's it exactly. I like being the note taker.
Why did you kill me?
It wasn't me.
Don't you lie.
I have my suspicions on who it is already. What? No.
He told me.
I'm taller than 5'6", so it doesn't. I'm not the. Even though I'm in the weight, I'm not in the height. So.
You're barely taller.
I know.
Maybe you're just a little weaker.
That's why I was like, oh, it's possible for someone to be under 110 and 5'7".
The Mysterious Package Company. My other guess is Body of Evidence is going to be. They're going to make a series of games.
So best served cold because he's in the refrigerator. Is sort of just the first case.
Are you jealous that I'm now the detective?
What makes you the detective? Badge.
I have the badge. That's what makes me the detective. Yeah, it's a cute little game. It's a cool little detective type game. I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, my commentary is going to be pretty light on this one. Like, if you like detective type games and you have the inkling to do like a little bit of an investigative like autopsy attached to it, then you're going to like this one. This one obviously feels like it's a game that's going to kind of unravel as opposed to doing A, B, and C. It'll be a little bit of A, evidence, a little bit of B, evidence,
Logic
and then C,
deduction.
you put it all together. You kind of connect it all together. And yeah, I think it's a pretty interesting little... Oh, and I see, because what they did too to make sure you can't cheat is like on stage 2 here, there's nothing here.
It's going to be in the second case
and
file.
you're going to add that. You're going to add it to the book here, so that way you can't. And you can theoretically just use everything that, like everything on pen and paper, and save the game for somebody else if you want, or you can actually use these to write on the actual paper. So yeah, there you go. That's the game. Nice, quick, nice and sweet. Getting back into the live streaming of things of Body of Evidence. Best served cold. This plays 1 to 4 players or more if you want, I suppose. And it has a few unique little features that I haven't seen in a kind of evidence like deduction type game.
It's marked as a 2 out of 3 difficulty. So
yeah, I'd be curious to see how much more complicated it gets.
3 would be.
Because right now I'd classify it as a 1.
Yeah.
Because it was just identifying colors. But there's a lot of stuff almost nothing of all the stuff we didn't use.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting more to kind of come out. Like if they give me another color chart.
All of the statements from the people. I think building the timeline is what makes it a 2 probably.
I'm just nervous that they're just going to give me the next answer clue will just be like looking at the body and nothing else. It's just like...
No. Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Like if that's the case, I'll be less impressed.
The final one is about doing the timeline and figuring out who...
Yeah, I don't care if the next one is like that as long as the last one puts it... I want it to be put all together. I want to use all the information I've spent time looking at.
Yeah, we know it's not just going to be the cards. You have to answer the series of questions at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you read the file to see what you got right.
Okay, yeah, that'll be cool then.
It's the 3 files. You're using the cards to kind of just answer a certain question or 2 questions.
Get an idea.
But then at the end, you have to answer multiple questions.
And this gives you kind of an idea. This is like the autopsy cards. So, okay, that's cool. All right, well, I'll hold my breath and let you guys know in my review coming this week. Callie, I'll let you take it off.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching the Unfiltered Gamer live stream. If you enjoyed this and you're watching on YouTube, why not hit that like button or hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get notified when we have new videos, including Michael's forthcoming review on this game, as well as many others, games that are published, games that come to Kickstarter before and or after, all that kind of fun stuff. Check out unfilteredgamer.com for more blog reviews, giveaways, fun stuff there. And join us here live, wherever you're watching, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, every Sunday. And X. Every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you there. Once again, thank you for watching. And as always, we look forward to
seeing you guys next time. Crime. Get it? Crime? Because this is like a crime that we solved? Yeah, it's pretty good, huh?
Okay.
Is it good?
Yes.
It's good.